be a little more clear.
Yep, sounds good.
Well, welcome to the Boomcat podcast, Person of Interest. This is episode 001. So we got Brice Painter here today. Brice.
Yep. Jer, how are you?
Good to see you. You can call me Boomcat, though.
Oh, Boomcat, sorry.
I'm trying to make it seem like I'm not doing this, and it's somebody else.
Oh, well, just edit that out.
Well, yeah, I'll edit it out. So, welcome, Brice. You were just talking to my wife in the green room about squirrels.
Yes, I was. Squirrels.
And I think it was pretty interesting, and I made you stop because it was so interesting. So,
yes.
Tell our listeners, because we don't have viewers, but tell our listeners about squirrels a little bit.
Well, first of all, I have to start out. I'm an animal freak. So any animal, doesn't matter. And my neighborhood just happens to have a lot of squirrels. So I feed my squirrels peanuts.
As should you should.
Yeah, unsalted. Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
Pressure.
Yeah, just so you know. And the squirrels have gotten to where they will actually come up to me where you need to have peanuts in your pocket because the squirrels will harass you if you don't have them. And they will come up, they will sit in my lap. I can actually put a peanut in my mouth and the squirrel will come up, stand on my chest, and pull the peanut out of my mouth.
It's fantastic.
It's all fun, you know. People drive by, think I'm a freaking weirdo, but it's all right.
Right.
Here's the catch. To be a squirrel feeder, you must accept the fact they do pee on you.
This is, yeah, so every time?
Every time.
Every time you feed them or every time?
Every time.
Is that part of the harassment?
No, it's when you feed them.
Okay.
They will come up.
Either way, though.
Yeah, they spend some time. They'll sit in your lap. They'll eat a peanut. But when they're done, they will pee on you to mark your territory before they scurry off.
So they pee and leave?
They pee and leave.
They don't pee and stay?
No.
So, okay, and then during harassment, that has nothing to do with pee?
Oh, no. The harassment part is just when you come outside, they expect to be fed.
Got it. I have always wanted a squirrel to climb on me.
It's scary, but being like eyeball to eyeball with a squirrel, the scariest part is the hesitation after the squirrel takes the peanut. Because it's like, okay, the squirrel just took a peanut out of my mouth, and now he's just looking at me. What is he going to do now?
Yeah, is he going to spit it at me?
Exactly.
Or, this isn't what I thought it was. I'm going to claw your jugular out.
Exactly, and squirrels probably have rabies. So.
Is it jugular or jugular?
I believe it's jugular.
Is it?
Jugular.
Let's don't look it up.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it's jugular.
The neck.
The neck artery.
Yeah.
Left and right.
There you go.
So that would be a little bit scary, I suppose. I've always wanted. My dad had when he was growing up, he had the squirrel in the country, and they had a baby squirrel. So my grandmother found him and said, and she nursed him back to health with a bottle.
Yes.
Or guided him to grow, and then he lived in the house, and his name was Chipper.
Very nice.
And he had a litter box, and then he would go to the door, and they would let him out. He'd go up, scamper up a tree. He comes and scratch the door. They let him in. He's back inside.
That is great.
It is great. But one day they let him out. He would run up just like you. He would run up, and then they'd feed him or sit there. But I never heard about the peeing, and maybe that was because of a territory thing. Maybe he didn't.
It may be. He didn't feel threatened.
Right. And then one day they let him out. This is the sad part of the story, but it's not that sad. Actually, it might be heartwarming, possibly. They let him out, and then he just didn't come back. So he figured he got a piece, or he got. And there's no way he could have been run over because he was in the country, way out in the middle of nowhere. Well, 7 miles outside of Lincoln.
We'll just pretend that he hooked up.
I like that.
Yeah.
Like he's like, look at this fine fox I got here.
Yeah. It's funny. I currently have a squirrel that lives in the neighborhood, and notice I say I have a squirrel.
Right.
His name is Stumpy. He's a black squirrel.
Oh yeah,
lots of black squirrels in our neighborhood, which is
right. Which is odd
because right now this is in Farmington.
Oh, you're in Farmington,
which is even odder.
Well, there is black squirrels in Farmington.
Lots of them, and this one's named Stumpy because he only has about a third of a tail.
Fair enough.
And he's smaller than the other squirrels, and he hops like a rabbit. It's just an odd thing. Stumpy's been around for about a year now.
And he knows you.
Stumpy's kind of a loner.
I heard the black squirrels aren't as friendly.
They are not.
And no, that's not a race thing.
No, it's not a race thing. They just kind of stick to themselves.
No, but I wasn't doing a race joke. Or making a race comment.
I get it.
Yeah.
It could have been.
But I heard that the black squirrels will take over.
They will. It's like they move into a neighborhood, and then all of a sudden, all the gray squirrels and red squirrels just kind of like move. And then the next thing you know, it's just all black squirrels.
Yeah, there's a great joke there, but I'm not going to do it. But yeah, I don't think. Yeah, I'm sure that there's. It's just a thing. It's just a It's a species thing.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh boy. So we did speak on Facebook about something today, so I thought we'd just kind of go there.
Oh boy.
Well, I think it's good. I think the timing's good, and I think that it's going to lead to funny stuff. So
I would just like to make one statement before we get into where this is going to go.
Okay.
Everything I might say is my personal opinion. Anybody who listens to this may not agree. You may have a different opinion, but you don't have to be pissed off about it.
There you go.
It's okay.
It's okay.
It's okay. It's my personal opinion. It's what I feel. Don't get all bent out of shape about it.
I won't.
I appreciate it.
And no one else should, because it's just
it's just me ranting.
Right. It's just your opinion.
Yes.
And everybody has one.
Yes.
Especially now that they have a platform.
Yes.
Yes. Yes, they do. So why don't you bring up what we discussed so we can kind of get this going?
Well, we'll take some
calls. We'll take some calls.
We'll take some calls. That'd be awesome. Well, I believe you posted about the new Gillette commercial, and almost like it's shaming men for being masculine.
It is. I think it is. I mean, I know there's another reason that they hit there, but
you know what? Let's not speak lightly. Me too.
Right.
That's the problem.
Right.
You know, we have to cater to the feminists of the world right now.
I don't know if we'd have to.
We're being asked to.
I don't know if we're even being asked to. I think we're being told that we should.
We're being subliminally programmed to.
I like women more than I like men, probably, but I don't. Feminism, I think, had its time, and it did what they needed to do. There was some disparities there, but I think that's gone. I think that's been rectified a long time ago, and I might back that up with a bunch of facts.
Well, don't get me wrong. I respect women, and some of the things that you've seen in the news are horrible things.
Like what?
All the Me Too movement, some of that stuff. It's horrible things that happen to these women, and you know, I don't want to make that sound like it's nothing. And this has nothing to do with me. You know, the fact I love women, of course I do.
Yeah, they're better than men.
But I also don't like to umbrella things.
Yes, I hate the umbrellas.
I don't respect women.
Wait, just stop right there, and that's the end of it. I don't respect women. And then we'll say, thank you for coming on, Brice. This was great.
I respect the person.
Yes, exactly.
You know, there are women I don't respect, so I can't say that.
Right? There's also men. Say that.
There's men I don't respect. There's
squirrels. There's a couple squirrels you don't respect.
Straight people, gay people, black people, white people, Chinese people. There's good people. There's bad people. Period. I can't put everybody under an umbrella and say I respect that.
Right.
So.
Yeah, I agree. I think everybody feels that way, except for maybe 1%
there's people,
of the nation.
There's people that don't.
Yeah, there's 1%, maybe whatever it is.
Yeah,
I'm sure you've got some KKK members that would be like, I don't really like them.
But you know what? Yeah, you're right. Never mind.
Right, there's those groups, but then you're talking about groupthink, and I don't want to get into that. But the Gillette commercial, and then if the 10 people that are going to listen to this. Don't know what it is. It's basically a commercial where men are doing what women would assume. Some women, who I don't want to generalize here, some women might think is the right thing to do all the time. And it's basically, they show kids maybe bullying another kid or something, or fighting, or I think it was like more like two toddlers kind of rolling around. And then some father at a cookout came running over and said, no, that's not how you treat people. And whether or not that was a real fight or not, I mean, obviously it wasn't real at the time, but I mean, if it was like a real fight, but fights are going to happen. I mean, I don't know too many people that didn't get pushed, punched, or something in grade school. Fights happen. Fights
have to happen.
Yes, they do.
I don't condone violence, but it's a part of life.
Yes, it is. And I've been married for 15 years, and I can prove that. Fights happen, and they are going to happen.
And they need to.
You know, men are men, and that's what they are kind of going after masculinity. And it's not just...
Boomcat. I actually saw an article the other day where a doctor was diagnosing people that were over masculine as a disorder.
That's fucked up. That's like saying, well, just calling a woman, you're just too feminine for your own good.
Yeah. So,
or for the rest of society.
Yeah, you have a disease.
You clearly your estrogen is too high, or what? I mean, I was born with testosterone. Maybe not born with it, but my body started producing it probably around the time I started getting a bunch of zits. And I don't know exactly when testosterone takes off, but I can tell you that if without testosterone, I would be a pansy. You know what I mean? I mean, it's our drive. That's for me.
Men are men.
Yeah.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with that.
Right. If I were gay,
some men are assholes.
If I were gay, I would still be the same. It's just that I would blow dudes while doing everything else I like to do.
Exactly.
And gay guys are full of testosterone too.
They are.
And I know a bunch of masculine gay dudes.
Yeah, a lot of them go to the gym.
Yes. And they got hair on them, and they talk like a dude, and they like to do dude things other than blow dudes. I mean, or which is fine. I don't care. It's just less competition out there if needed.
If needed, good call.
Right. But the Gillette commercial is a something that was like, wow, you're just gonna go ahead and try to strip the fabric of male there. I know some of it's well-meaning, and I understand like the cat calling. There was one part like, well, yeah, you don't want to be like smacking women's ass on the street or cat calling. I mean, it's funny in movies, right? But it's not funny in real life. I don't know.
Correct.
But, I mean, but it went too far. I don't know if it went too far. They went too far probably for their own good. I think it's great that they can put a commercial out about anything they want. I love freedom of speech. Go ahead and do it. But they're going to get a backlash. Well, there already is.
There is. Here's my thing, Jer. Everything, it seems like everything needs to be a movement now. Anytime there's anything, it has to become a movement. And it drives me nuts.
Yes.
It absolutely drives me nuts.
Me too. It's probably our fucking masculinity.
Maybe it is. Maybe it is. Maybe I need to get in touch with my female side and understand. I don't understand
these. That would probably be your butthole then.
Yeah. I don't understand the people that feel like they have to be behind everything. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, like statues. For a while, it was statues.
Yes, we both have friends. You know, you wake up, you get on social media, hashtag Black Lives Matter, hashtag Blue Lives Matter, hashtag All Lives Matter, hashtag Save the Wallabies. You know, how about hashtag Shut the fuck up for a second?
That would be nice.
You know,
it would be nice.
Yeah, and I don't get it. I just don't get it.
I also do not get it. And it's fodder for me, but for some it wouldn't be fodder because I like to make fun of things.
I make fun of everything.
Yeah. Well, there you go. Yeah. Yeah. So the people that don't make fun of things, they're fucked.
Well, people they get so wrapped up in everything. It's like, okay, pick something.
Oh God.
And stick with it. Or just live your life and, you know, try to be happy. You're not going to be here very much longer.
No, so we're here a blip. We're a blip.
So why worry about every single thing that comes along?
I know.